Hello everyone and welcome. In this video, we're going to take a look at some conditional formatting basics. First is to get into the conditional formatting sidebar. You need to select Format, go to Conditional Formatting, and then that'll open up Format, Conditional Formatting, and you'll see here that you have this rules that you can use. There's the apply to range, which will be where the color is. So say B2 to B8. Then this rule is going to be applied to that specific range. There's a lot of different rules, and we'll go in through all of these, but you can switch them to be different things. So right now is not empty, but you could say is empty, and that'll switch if any of them does not have anything inside of it. We'll go back to is not empty, and you can see that that changes. The style is going to allow you to change what the actual look is. You can also do things with the text. You can bold it if you want, or just go back to that standard, what it comes with. Next, how this works is that it is a logical rule. They're all based on these logical rules that will result if that said rule is true, do that formatting. And if it is false, don't do the form. Let's go back to this one and just set something up. For example, I'm going to go into this one right here and do equal is blank. And then I'm going to say here. So here we can see that this one is false. It is not blank. And just to show if it's going to be formatted or not, I'm going to put a not is blank, which does the opposite. So this is going to read, is this not blank? Or is there something inside of it? You can see here that it's true. When I slide this down, you can see here this is true, true, true. This one is false, and this one is false. And we only end to B8, so we don't need those. And this basically shows the true are going to be formatted, and the false are not. Any sort of rule in here is going to actually come down to this true or false. The next one is order does matter. If you have multiple rules set for the same range, that's actually going to make a difference on what it actually looks like. In this example, we have something if it says hello to be blue, and then if it's not empty to be green. In this one, it will actually show that blue on hello because hello is text, so it is also not empty. This example, if you had the green on top that shows cell is not empty, that's going to be true first, and thus it'll show it is green, not this blue, even though it both has the hello and the cell is not empty. Let's take a look at that here. Now let's say in this row, we want to do another row. So let's switch this to text contains hello, and we'll make it this blue color, hit done, and you can see here that we have the two rules. So now if I put hello world, it goes green. Why? Because this is the first rule that is true, and it doesn't even compare and look at the other ones. Now, if I go over to the cursor where it has all of those arrows, move this up, now you can see hello world does that. And then let's say one way to say hi is hello. And that one will also, because it's hello and this is happening first. So again, the order does matter. Now, the next thing is moving and copying. If you move cells in a sheet, it'll actually move those rules to those next cells. Copying cells with the rules will actually copy those rules to those cells and keep the originals as well. Here we have this rule, and let's say I just highlight all of this, go to where I see the hand, and move this to, let's just say, here in between J and K. You can see here, all of those rules are now moved there. If I go back to where it was, there are no longer any rules there. Since I'm highlighting this area, it'll show any rules. So all of these do not have any rules. Whereas if I switch over to here, now you can see all of the rules within this. If you're wanting to know every single rule, you can click this right here, which will show the entire work spot, and you can see all of the rules, and it'll even highlight where those rules are. Now I have these ones here. That was actually, I was working on this earlier, so that was a rule that I had, and I didn't remember I actually had it there. So that trick can be helpful. I realize I don't I didn't know all of the rules in this one. I'm going to delete that one because I didn't want it. I moved it here. Let's say that we want this, and I'm just going to do Control C for copy, and let's move it back to F. Pasted it in, and now you can see those rules are there. If I switch this over, you can see that it moved to there, and it also did it here. If you look into the rule, you can see it's F2 to F8, and then also J2 to J8. The comma will separate two different spots, but note here that inside there aren't rules. It's only these cells that I had and copy pasted, as well as these. So again, moving and copying the cells will do that by default. One thing to note is there are some special pasting options. You can choose to paste cells with values only, so no formatting rules, no regular formatting, meaning if you highlighted them manually, or you can also choose to just do conditional formatting. So here are the different options, the values only, conditional formatting. You can see that Control-Shift-V will do values only. You can also do the format only, and we'll kind of take a look at a couple of these. But you can right-click, paste special, and then get this bar. Let's say here that we want to take this. I'm going to do Control-C to copy. Here in D, I'm going to right-click, and let's start with values only. You can see here, those highlighting rules did not show up, and I'm not seeing any conditional formatting rules, so it's just like it said, values only. Now, let's copy this again. You can right-click and then push copy. Go here, and let's paste special. Now, if we do conditional formatting only, you can see here, now we have this H2 to H8 with those. So that's just the rules. So alternatively, this would make a little bit more sense if you wanted to add it to another range, like over here. So I'm going to right-click, paste special, and then just do conditional formatting only. So now it's included here and over here. Other option that you have, I'm just going to do Control-Z to undo, is if you right-click, paste special, format only. If you do that, it actually shows up the same as well. And honestly, they're very similar. The only thing that I noted that was different is, let's say that you go over here and you decide to highlight some in red. Now let's copy. Let's go over here, and I'm going to actually remove all rules. So what I'm going to do is Control and backslash, which is the one right above Enter. That will clear all rules and conditions. So let's go back to this, copy it, and then over here, I'm going to paste specials format only. You can see there the red is copied as well. I'm going to do Control-Z to undo, and then I'm going to try paste special conditional formatting only, and that does not include those. So again, if you want just the rules, you can do just the rules. Otherwise, if you paste the formatting, it will do the conditional formatting and any manual formatting that you may have done. That's all that we're going to do for the basics. I know it's kind of a lot of information, but just to condense it all here, hopefully you understand the concepts that formatting cells are based off of conditions, true or false. The order does matter. Moving and copying will also move or copy the rules by default. And you can, of course, use those paste specials for different options, like you don't want the rules and have the values only, or you want to include those formatting rules or all formatting. In the next video, we're going to take a look at some of these specific rules and how you can use them in your data. See you in the next one.